Welcome to another episode of Pizain's podcast, a spinoff of The Big Show, Three Bozos. I am your host, Wizane the Pizain. Don't forget to listen to The Big Show, Three Bozos, every weekend. I try to get it up by Sunday night. And don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. Get notifications when a new episode comes up. All right, here we go. First off, I guess I'll dip into a little rear view of what's going on with Wizane the Pizain today. Had a long day at work. Get home, a lovely dinner with the family. Had a little salmon dinner with some mixed vegetables, some rice. Feeding our son. And he got a little bit sick in the middle. Look over. I think we gave him a little Oreo cookie. He loves his little Oreo cookies. And I think he choked on it a little bit. Hit the old gag reflex. And next thing you know, it all came coming back up. All sorts of funny colors and smells and all the things you really, you have to deal with when you have a toddler. All the messes. So he cried for a little bit. And, he got over it pretty quickly. We cleaned him up. Got to eat my cold rest of my salmon later once we got everything cleaned up. And then a little later, as toddlers do, climbing up on things, and he face plants on the ground. So now my little man has a little shiner. He has just been beating the hell out of himself lately. Scraping up knees, hitting his face on things. Poor little guy. But I guess that's what happens when they're little like that. He'll learn eventually. It tears me up to see it though. But anyway, on to the news. All right, war crimes warrants. The lead prosecutor at the International Criminal Court announced yesterday he would seek arrest warrants for leaders of both sides of the Israel-Hamas war on charges of crimes against humanity. Good. Subjects include Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, along with Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh, Gaza chief Yahya Sinwar, and military head Mohammed Deif. Man, these names are killing me. We're not going to do that. So, the court, of which the U.S. is not a member, prosecutes individuals accused of the most serious crimes of international concern, including war crimes and genocide. The 5 are not immediately subject to arrest. A 3-judge panel will decide whether to move the warrants forward, with a decision expected within months. The ICC also has no enforcement body and relies on member states to carry out warrants. So it's nice, I said yesterday, last week, maybe it was yesterday, I don't know, get my days mixed up, that I would like to see Benjamin Netanyahu face some sort of consequences for his actions. Just continuous bombing of innocent civilians in lieu of trying to get the bad guys, that's just ridiculous to me. He's acting like, what did he do wrong? Gee. I can give you 35,000 reasons, 35,000 reasons on what you did wrong. But anyway, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like this governing body has any kind of pull or any kind of, authority, really. The U.S., is not a member of it. So it's just kind of, posturing, and I don't know. Nothing will ever come of this, Maybe we can, he can stop doing what he's doing, but I don't think so. It's just going to keep escalating and escalating. Here we go. Red Lobster goes under. Machetta Bay biscuits, no. Red Lobster has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, facing mounting debt and reduced sales. Established in 1968, the company is the world's largest seafood chain, serving an estimated 64 million customers annually across more than 550 restaurants in the U.S. and Canada. In its bankruptcy filing, Red Lobster cited financial challenges, including rising seafood prices, expensive leases, and underperforming stores. Thanks, Biden. Also cited was the company's costly decision last year to make it all-you-can-eat shrimp promotion, a permanent staple of its menu. I mean, hey, we're having financial problems. How about all-you-can-eat shrimp? That's brilliant. I wonder who's running these things. Like, how do these people get these jobs? Like, that's a good idea. This just goes to show you, people who you think they know what they're doing usually are just kind of guessing. They don't know what the hell they're doing. It's the same thing goes with our government. I remember when I was younger, in my 20s, even my teens, I always figured that the people in charge knew what they were doing. You have that blind trust in government because you think you know what they're doing more than you think they know what they're doing. They do not. The older you get, the more you realize these people are stupid for the most part. They don't know what they're doing. They fly by the seat of their pants. If they're lucky, they have a competent crew around them that can kind of guide them in the right direction. But let's bring it back over to Red Lobster though. To tell you the truth, I was never a huge Red Lobster fan. Yeah, the Cheddar Bay biscuits are good. People go gaga over them. I always thought they were just, okay. They're pretty good. I like them. But seafood, the food there was never all that great. That sucks for people in the Midwest. I know they don't get a lot of good seafood, so they have to deal with the Red Lobsters. That's kind of the best they're going to get. But man, I can't. I wouldn't be able to deal without seafood. I love seafood. Glad I live like close to the water. It's fresher. But Anyway, moving on. UK blood scandal. The UK's health system wrongfully exposed tens of thousands of patients to HIV and hepatitis C, and engaged in a cover-up. A report found yesterday. The report, the culmination of a 6-year independent investigation, fueled victims' calls for compensation. I mean, is that really such a big deal now? HIV. Magic Johnson beat it, You're not really going to die from it anymore, or die from the common cold because your immune system has been brought down to zero. But obviously, in jest, those people deserve a payday. From 1970 to 1991, over 30,000 UK patients were exposed to compromised blood samples through plasma treatment for hemophilia or blood transfusion following medical emergencies of childbirth. Yeah, especially these people. From the 70s to the 90s, that was like the worst time. That's when everybody was dying from it. So I retract what I just said. Those people definitely deserve a payday. We're good now, but back then, whew, that's like running the gauntlet of life right there. That's just about it. The blood infection scandal is considered the biggest treatment disaster in the history of the UK's National Health Service. Well, you fucked up, didn't you, UK? See ya. More Diddy news. Sean Diddy Combs' music catalog streaming drops 52% amid multiple allegations of sexual assault. Combs apologized over the weekend after 2016 surveillance videos surfaced showing him attacking his ex-girlfriend. I'm not going to touch on this too much because we're probably going to bring it up on the big show. Listen, on Saturdays or Sundays when I decide to get it out. On the weekend, the big show, me, Pizain the Pizain, Javi, Bose, and Brooksy Boy. Anyway, we're probably going to bring it up then, so I'll touch on it then. But Diddy. Can't you see that you are fucked? Jim Otto, Pro Football Hall of Fame center, known as Mr. Raider, dies at 86. Man, that's a good old age. But Jim Otto, man, he was like the original Jason Kelsey. You know, he is like heart and soul of that Raiders team. He's a legend. So R.I.P. Jim Otto. What else we got? Apple and OpenAI partners to incorporate ChatGPT into upcoming iPhone 16 and iOS 18 platforms, report suggests. That's a smart move by Apple. Instead of trying to make your own AI, partner with ChatGPT, which is the leader in AI and all the thing. They're basically the OGs of it. So yeah, that's smart by Apple. I think I'm gonna get me an iPad soon. I got a bunch of Android devices. I think I might get an iPad just to dabble back into that Apple verse. I used to have an iPhone back in the day, and it was all right. I always described it as if you want a paint by numbers smartphone, get Apple. If you want something a little more customizable, get Android. But I mean, they're both fine. Whatever you like. So I think I'll have both. What else we have? Cockroach genetic study reveals the most common species evolved in Southeast Asia roughly 2100 years ago before spreading worldwide. Bugs likely traveled with humans in two distinct periods around 1200 and 270 years ago. So they're basically saying that all the cockroaches that we have everywhere is because of Asia. And you know what the biggest country in Asia is? It's China. China. Thanks, China. First you give us the bat soup COVID, and now we find out it was cockroaches. Cockroaches came from you. Thanks. Let's see. New York Attorney General announces $2 billion settlement with cryptocurrency lending firm Genesis over claims it defrauded investors. Company filed for bankruptcy in the wake of the 2022 FTX collapse. I think I remember when Genesis came out. It was like an alternative to Coinbase. And I just kind of checked it out a little bit. I never got into it, though. I mean, Coinbase, that's like the industry leader and that sort of thing. Yeah, I don't like to see anything bad happen with cryptocurrency because I have a stipend of it, and I don't want to see the price ever go down. But it doesn't seem like anything really affected it with this. All right, moving on. Prosecutors rest case in hush money trial against former President Donald Trump. Closing arguments expected to begin next week. Key witness Michael Cohen admits to stealing from Trump organization during tenure. So they bring in, I told you guys this a couple weeks ago or last week, that Michael Cohen, they bring in his star witness, is a disgraced lawyer, disbarred, went to jail. That's their key witness. And then he admits on the oh yeah, I admit I stole tens of thousands of dollars from the Trump organization because I was pissed off. Literally, they just like sunk their entire case. Like now, if they prosecute Donald Trump for this, it is an obvious bias of the jury and the judge. There's nothing there. There really isn't. And if there was, yeah, I would want him to pay for it. But there's nothing there. This whole thing is a dog and pony show. It's a circus to keep him from campaigning and to weaken him. It really is. And it's terrible to see. Oh, man, it's terrible. This has set a precedent for future candidates and presidents to do this to each other. You think it's going to get better after this? No. Things are going to get worse. And he's no help to that. He's just as divisive. So, yeah. Well, sorry, guys. I hate to say it, but it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange wins right to appeal Britain's decision to extradite him to the U.S. to face espionage charges. Legal case has been ongoing for 13 years. So yeah, he gets some more time. I already gave my opinion on all of that. Let's see. Yeah, we're starting to get into the less desirable stories. What is pink noise and can it improve sleep? I've been seeing these commercials lately for, I guess it's like Better Sleep app, and they have, this is pink noise, this is brown noise, and it's just like different variables of white noise. I guess that helps you sleep better or focus better, or I don't think there's any science behind it. I think it's all just a load of shit. But hey man, if it helps you, it helps you. That's cool. I just pink noise, brown noise. Brown noise is my favorite. It makes me think of shit. Let's see. Americans leave $1 million at the airport every year. I'm assuming in like lost baggage and things like that. Yeah. Security checkpoints, they leave change there, pennies and stuff, and it just accumulates over time. And a 1-year-old sues Korean government over climate change. A 1-year-old. Yes, I'm sure she came up with that case all by herself. The 1-year-old, they're getting smarter and smarter the younger they get. I mean, not to say 1-year-olds can't. Maybe they might be able to say "mama," but this one happened to say, "You're stealing my future," and they want to get money over it. Here we go. Dune-inspired suit recycles your body liquids. This is the suit that the Fremen in Dune wear. They're like the people who live in the desert, like a nomadic people, the local population. And it's a brutal condition to live there. So they wear these special suits that so they're called still suits that turns your pee and sweat and everything else into drinking water. So it looks like somebody made a working prototype of that. Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna go camping in the Sahara, maybe I might check it out. But um, that is wild. Yeah, I really don't want to drink my own pee, even if it's been filtered a bunch of times. My name's not Bear Grylls, as Wizain the Pizain, and I like to sit here in my comfy chair and talk about the news with my opinion that's kind of shitty most of the time, but hey, it entertains me. So, and then let's go things about today. The American Red Cross is founded by Clara Barton in 1881. Amelia Earhart is first woman to fly solo nonstop across the Atlantic in 1932. And the rapper Notorious B.I.G. was born in 1972. Imagine if he was still alive. Maybe Diddy wouldn't have gone the way of Black Epstein. You never know. Anyway, well, that's the news for today. Don't forget to listen to the big show, The Three Bozos, on every weekend. That's me, Wizain the Pizain, Javi Boz, and Brooksy Boy. Don't forget to subscribe. And that's it. Yippee yo. See ya.